Hi, I'm Brucker, and I'm a teacher at Burlington Elementary School, and my project is Word of the Day. If you were to visit my classroom blog, you would see a flurry of lexical activity: videos, student-narrated stories, electronically published artwork, digital images, photographs, slideshows, links to games, 80 uniquely crafted posts. You would see the same things if you were to visit my classroom. A whole palette of digital opportunities color our curriculum, and the main focus of these activities is words. Our philological adventure begins each day with a journal entry. My students have a plain and simple paper journal in which they record critical information about a word. They've got meanings, synonyms, antonyms, history of the words. Once students have rated their initial impression of a word, the pursuit begins to make this word become ours. The journal is projected up onto a screen with a document camera and a projector, and as a class, we interactively complete a lesson on the word using our classroom blog. Each blog post is exclusively dedicated to one of these mortar words. Entries include some of the same components as the journals, but also feature some type of an image or video or game or activity or other resource to further demonstrate or develop the use or meaning of the word. These digital editions is to help students see the word in action. As the components are displayed up on the screen, we connect them to background knowledge by taking turns using the word in our own context, and then students use this new knowledge to complete the response section of their journals. Every day I also assign a writing prompt that requires the students to use a target word in context that's meaningful to them. So students go onto the blog and then write by posting a comment to that day's word. Then each time that the word is said or heard from that point on, we acknowledge and celebrate with the woo woo. If a student sees, hears, or uses the words outside of the school day, then he or she can and does go ahead and access the blog from home or wherever they happen to be and describe how they heard it used. Once this process is complete, those words become ours, and we've got a revolving photo album on the blog that documents students finding our words in books, magazines, posters, flyers, movies, television, etc. Something else we do each day and add to a blog post is a multimedia pronunciation guide, which is hosted by a website called SoundCloud. It's also an app on an iPad. A student's image is selected and then uploaded to accompany his or her voice as they read the word out loud. This component serves as an audiovisual reference for students who might be absent or guests to our blog, or for those who just need a reminder. We do use an iPad too to record, photograph, and upload this feature, and then the students are able to use our two other classroom iPads to interact with this and the other blog content. The biggest component to this project is the student-produced videos, which are starring the words of the day and the students. I choose 2 students from my class each week to make a video that will teach an upcoming word. Over the course of the year, we receive various forms of educational enlightenment, including skits, reenactment, interviews, newscasts, music videos, spoofs. The list goes on and on. Students work with their families to cleverly craft their own meaningful way to represent the words. And then on the day that the video is set to debut, students are not only responsible for showing their films, but they're also in charge of teaching the word. They teach its history, examples, non-examples, synonyms, antonyms, and all of the other details that would make their word part of our lingo. The addition of the Word a Day project has enormously positive impact on my students. Not only do they adopt these words, with the instant ownership they feel empowered to use the words. High-level vocabulary becomes ubiquitous, woo woo, in their speaking and writing. But the videos directly involve families. They work together to research, learn, use, and portray these words together. This has proven to be a really fun and interesting way to engage the parents and to get them more involved with our class and with their kids. In the springtime, we celebrate these cinematic creations with the VOC Awards ceremony, a red carpet event held in our school's Center for the Performing Arts. That's the gym to you non-philologists. I think if you were to come in and see my classroom, you'd be amazed at the level of concern that the students display for not only just words, but for the equipment that they use to produce their features and all of the different aspects that surround it. And by all means, this is not the only project we use our equipment for. My students also recently just acquired Chromebooks. They each have a Chromebook that they're able to access any time of the day. We are researching, we're using a map to calculate distances between locations for a social studies project. We're writing every day. The students really have invested themselves in their learning, but also in the use of the technology to pursue the curriculum, rather than using them as toys or gadgets. They really do work to meet a further need.